to pray. There's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Keeper Show here. Now, before I begin, this took me a minute to do, and I just recorded, like, right before I started. I recorded another part to this. That part ended up being very long, and we still were not into UA. Because, well, recruitment episode, basically. So I had an even better idea. We are going to time skip to roughly around UA, or at least the start of it. Whenever things get more and more complicated. But before then, I will be going over what Deku and his, targets would be doing. So, let me first get this out of the way. Over the span of the year after Deku met Kendo and, Todoroki, he has been gathering more information on more targets, and meeting them, talking with them, brainwashing them, and, finding ways to get them on his side. Finding things they want. Things they wouldn't mind having. And Deku actually finding more and more ways to talk and convince them. This being something Deku is good at. With Overclock, Deku can basically make the conversations go however he wants, along with his brainwashing. These two quirks together are giving Deku the edge throughout this entire time. Now, his entire recruitment process would have taken a long-ass time, a total of 3 months. After those 3 months, Deku, he would have been getting together and training his new crew. Quite a lot of them, in fact. One of their quirks took a lot more training. But that is a different story. Along with that, Deku has actually met and is talking to one more person in his crew. This seems to be a very good time. And, they do need to find out exactly what is going on. They are all planning to go to UA. In fact, they are scheduled and are going to be going to the midterm, or not the midterm, the entrance exam, within 7 months. Now, over this 7-month time, Deku, he would have been getting his allies to become more villainous, getting them to do things they would not have normally done, and in fact, do things they wouldn't do normally, along with getting Todoroki to use his fire more, and Deku's allies to get a bit more stir-crazy, and actually a bit more villainous, allowing them to naturally become this way. Until the end of the, 6 months later, a month before the entrance exam, everyone is fully turned. The things they've been through, all the things they've had to do, and it's been quite a joyride. In fact, this new life is almost liberating. And Deku himself has been enjoying it. He has proper friends and a proper family. Along with that, he's been, meeting more of the villains. After introducing Todoroki to Dabi, those two getting along more, he met Mr. Compress, along with Toga. She seemed nice, along with the fact that her quirk was very interesting. And it was simply weird at first. So, that would have been where things ended. And we will cut to the full month. Him and his allies have separated, and in fact, he's done something his allies may not like. He has put himself under his singular quirk, instead of under multiple ones, and changing his identity once again. Midoriya heading into the entrance exam. Now, whenever he heads in, he would actually be surprised to see one thing. He sees a familiar looking guy. He's not too sure why, but his hair stood out to him. But hey, it's not really his problem. Along with that, there would have been an incident where the guy is yelling at another student. Apparently, some guy with blue hair stood up and started yelling at him. So he started yelling back. Before Deku did notice his quirk. Explosions. Then proceeding to using Info Checker. Using it and seeing his name. Bakugo Katsuki. Well, that's quite a surprise. Kachan's here. Wait, if he is here then... Deku looking around. Using Overclock, deciding to look throughout everyone. He would see his allies, yes, but he'd also see a name that looks very familiar. Asui, or Sue. He can't believe it. Frog Girl's here. His old friend. Now, along with that, Midori is thinking. The only reason he's going to UA is to get closer to finding more powerful quirks. So, he's going to need to talk with someone and tell them that their plan is going to change a bit. He's not getting in Class 1A. So, I guess I'll have to settle for something better then. What is the phrase? Second best? Might as well. Now, Deku would purposely get a low score. Barely getting 60 to 70%. Basically scoring a C. While on the combat portion, he decides to take it slow with his quirk. He decides to barely use telekinesis, just smashing two robots into each other whenever he needs to. And if he thinks he needs more points, he would continue on and on and on. Getting no higher than, I believe Class 1B would be, yeah, let's say he gets no higher than, I want to say 40 or 50 points. Because I do believe that would at least bring you into Class 1B. But you wouldn't be at the top of it. You'd probably be at the very bottom. But just because of that, let's say he gets 70 points. While everyone else is racking up points like 100, 200, and possibly even 300. Along with that, Deku, he would have been quite surprised at what happens next. There's a bit of an incident where there's a young girl, or someone who's fairly young, and they are being attacked by the robot. The robot is coming in, bringing his hand down. Deku just watching as All Might would come in and stop the test. Deku is actually running away, but, well, he's wondering exactly who that girl was. So, that's not going to be good then. Now, eventually, it would have ended, and everyone would be talking. They are talking about exactly how their score was, what they did, and, well, they'd just be leaving. Deku heading back home and finding that he got a good score. In fact, he did get in Class 1B. So this will be a bit interesting. Now, with that being said, Deku, he would just be at least a bit happy about that. Apparently he scored, what was it? The 4th highest rank in the class. So that's at least, well, surprisingly high. Well, it can't be bad then. Now, All For One is talking with Midoriya, and telling him that things are going to be getting more and more complicated. Does he understand? Deku is saying yes. The plan is already in motion. And in fact, the USJ attack, Shigaraki's in charge of it, right? Along with some of the villains I have there. All for one stating yes. In fact, he thought he should show himself too. But he is aware of the predicament. If the high-end Nomu gets taken, then yes, I understand. We lose some pretty valuable quirks. If that's the case, then I still think I should have gotten them. I understand, Midoriya, but still. Getting these quirks wouldn't have made you any better. Really. I still think that my other quirks would help me. Just give me the Nomu's quirk next time. Do you still have any of that blood available? Yes, we do. The doctor is getting it ready in his machine. We're at least duplicating some quirks. Good. Take a sample of that Nomu. We might need it. Besides, you have to have a backup plan, Dad. You can't just rely on that thing. It may be the most powerful thing we've ever created, but still. It's a mindless beast. What about Shigaraki? Now, over the course of this whole event, or this whole time with Midoriya, Shigaraki has somewhat been unlocking a little bit of his quirk. In fact, it's quite weird what he's been doing with it. He's been getting his decay to be stronger a lot faster than in canon. He is at the point where he can touch something, or, well, actually, yeah, he's at the overhaul arc with his decay. So, Shigaraki is ready also. But he is still not fully there with his quirk. Now, Deku would be walking in a UA, and finding it a bit odd. Now, Deku would be walking in a UA, and he's just thinking that this is going to be a bit awkward. The next time he's going to be here, this place is probably going to be burned to ashes. Oh well, that won't be for a bit of time. I have a solid month of cover. So, Deku's somewhat muttering to himself. People staring at him and paying him no mind. The guy's probably just nervous, right? He's at UA. Along with that, Deku just keeps muttering to himself over and over and over again, trying to figure this all out. Along with that, he's just thinking more about this, as he'd be walking to Class 1A. Or not Class 1A, Class 1B. Wrong classroom. That's a force of habit I have to break now. Anyways, he would open the door and find more and more people arguing, actually looking to see everyone here. He sees Tetsu, Kendo, and some others, along with this blonde-haired guy walking up to Midoriya. Midoriya knows his quirk, as Monoma would just say that it's nice to meet him. He's Monoma. He's guessing that he's, Izuku, or... well, not Izuku. He wouldn't say that name out loud, but, well, Monoma is one of the villains on Deku's team. I'll just say that, since it's less confusing if I just bring it out now. Anyways, Monoma is just saying that he must be your name, right? It's him trying to play this off. He's acting less Monoma than the canon timeline, saying that he must be Shigaraki, right? He remembers him during the entrance exam. Deku just clarifying that yes, that's his name. And he is, as Deku would just hold out his hand, shaking it. Nothing really happening. Deku's using his quirk to deactivate her, so as to not draw attention to Monoma and let him freak out. As Monoma would just pull his hand back, saying that he is Monoma. And, well, welcome to Class 1B. Well, we're going to surpass those guys in Class 1A eventually, so let's believe we might as well get started. Now, before anything can continue, This is whenever Vlad King would come out, saying that that is going to be a bit difficult. First off, they will need to go to the assembly. Then they'll be doing a quirk apprehension test. Everyone sitting down. As he begins to take off roll, Vlad King counts every student here except for a foreign exchange student, by the name of Pony. Now, after getting her basically signed in and everything, things would have began to be a little bit more normal. As they go to the assembly, then do a quirk apprehension test. Deku seeing everyone test out their quirks. Now, please hang on 1 second. Alrighty, I got two really good things about them. This is their names and what they look like, and this is them in their hero outfits and their quirks. So, with that being said, they would have all gone to the assembly. And, well, Deku would have been with them. Things would have gone like normal until around the end of the day, and, well, after the assembly, something would have happened. Deku watching as someone is packing his class gear. Deku seeing them. This, well, guy named Mineta. Seeing Mineta picking up his stuff and, well, Midoriya actually asking him a question. Exactly what's going on? Why is he, well, packing his gear? Deku basically stating that... I'm just gonna keep it on this one. Deku. Mineta basically stating that he kinda just got kicked out. He failed the quirk apprehension test. Deku a bit surprised, and actually a bit more alarmed. So, that means that this place is strict. Not just that, but someone is moving up in their class to fill that space. Now, with that, this means that I want to say Shinsho would get into Class 1A. Then again, I also would say that that means that someone else might get in before him. Yeah, I wanted to say Shinsho would get in Class 1A anyways. Afterwards, Deku, he would have been a bit more surprised. This means that during their quirk apprehension test, someone might get expelled, and they need to try harder. Mineta walking away from Midoriya. Midoriya telling him to wait. Mineta a bit confused. Deku beginning to brainwash him, and asking him if he would like power, and if he really, really wants to be a hero. Mineta basically just saying yes to both his questions, and that with his stupid quirk he can't do that. Deku just telling Mineta to head to this address then, handing out the address for a factory. Or well, it looks like a normal place. Just ask for this doctor. Mineta a bit confused whenever he does snap out of it, turning and running to that location, subconsciously. Now, with that being said, this is whenever Shinsho would move into Class 1A, and Deku would be a bit more, well, worried. Now, along with that, I do believe that during the quirk apprehension test, people would have been a bit more surprised to see Midoriya. His body does look lean and muscular, but still, he does carry a pretty good build. Along with that, it seems like there's a bit of a problem. Whenever he does go outside and get ready for the test, he would have been told to pay close attention. They are going to be doing this only once. Them going through the standardized test. Deku making sure to stay in the range he stayed in during the entrance exam. It may have been a month ago, or, well, a week ago, but still, he needs to be careful. And eventually, things have gone a bit better. Shortly afterwards, though, they would have been told to pack up their stuff and go home. For the day, since that will be it. Everyone a bit surprised. someone actually stating that they should all go out and eat. It was actually quite a bit of fun. Deku actually somewhat agreeing to this. Monoma and Kendo actually agreeing too. Now, Kendo is quite aware of what's going on. They do need to maintain cover. So going out with these people and learning about their quirks may be a good idea, since already they've seen some useful ones. Especially, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. His quirk. It looks very useful. Just jumping into shadows. Quite interesting. Now, with that being said, I do believe that that's a good part to leave off of, guys, and I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part. Because next part is about to get a bit more intense.